All right, so we're going to be taking a look at int hits now. Just another, I guess, longer showcase in the Jiren fight, and then we're going to take him to battle hardened foes as well. Fortunately, Blue Cow and Goku did not meet people's expectations, including mine. Actually, the more I use them, I really hate Blue Cow and Goku, but hits, I think is going to be a character I'm going to really like. Hits doing quite a bit of things. Um, I talked about him a little bit in the initial showcase, but yeah, no, hits pretty good. We're gonna keep Janemba here, I think. Man, we're not really getting the best in terms of how key is. I don't want to keep AGL Cell because I guess I kind of have to keep AGL Cell for now. Is what I'll probably do. Now, luckily, we have the other hit coming around. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a rotation of both hits together, and we're gonna see how that goes on Hit's own team. And then we're gonna try and get the cells together as well. Be really good. I don't want Tech Geneva to take too many attacks, but I guess it's gonna happen eventually. So we're just gonna keep things going here. Now, this is a rotation where Hit has no support. He only has shocking speed first battle. He's not gonna have a lot going on for him, and I think it will be important to show that because Hit doesn't really have, I guess, many partners that will really work the best with him. Like, he has a few characters where you could really make him look nice, especially like the PyCon that came out recently. But besides that, I mean, we're gonna see, yeah, hits at a 6 million attack stat right here. Definitely, I mean, considerably worse than what even Blue Cow Ken Goku is putting up on his own numbers. But one good thing about this guy is that he's not really restricted at all, right? He just needs his intro buff, right? And as long as you have that intro buff up, he's gonna be getting the additional supers and everything like that, right? He can start getting all these stacks, and as a stacking character, he's able to build up the stats to where you might not even need the stacks specifically. We'll also have a separate video showing Hit Off in the Festival of Battles mode, I think, and that's gonna be where again has a very long uh, showcase, but we're gonna have them. I'm gonna cut out most of it, of course, and we're just gonna have like the end result, what it looks like at the very end. I just don't know what setup I'll be doing for that. This is the only issue. I'm like, okay, where am I actually gonna show him off? You know what I mean? It's like different talking about it compared to actually doing it. We also do have, you know, like the domain for STR Cell. We have physical Kid Buu running around, Glorio. You know, when AGL Blue Cow Ken's EZA, Super EZA comes out, you could actually throw him on this team. Because, you know, if he's against extreme class allies, he is providing 2-turn support, but he's still providing, you know, 40% attack and defense support regardless. It's just either 1-turn or 2-turn, and that's to all allies. It's not just super class or anything like that. So it's nice to have that, honestly, and he could provide, I believe, at least shocking speed to this guy is the one link that he could provide, because he has an incredible link set. So that's really good as well. But it's very nice that he's providing support to all allies, right? It's just a really good thing to see. But yeah, we'll skip ahead to the next turn once we actually have Hit back on rotation. All right, so we're not going to have many links here. In fact, you know, the first hit might not have any links at all, but that should be okay. This hit is the one that got some stacks, so we're going to actually put them where most of the attacks are. And we'll see what things... Well, actually, I might do this, because this hit will get more dodges. And what I want to make sure is that we get... I think I want this hit to transform so we can get more stacks with them and kind of even things out. We're also going to get the support here, which is cool, you know. Actually, no, the support is already just automatically given. These guys, the hits are obviously not on uncontrollable power or on the Kuroda Bunny and Mine category, but yeah. And again, hit over time will just continue to stack up more. Each super attack that he does in his base form is a 20% stack, but once he's transformed, will get those 50% ones. Now, this friend hit right here, we're going to keep this one untransformed so that we'll let the other hits stack up. I think that will be what's beneficial overall, because what happens is after the 6 turns, Hit will lose the 20% dodge that he has baseline, so he'll go down to 50%. You lose 170% defense as well. So it's gonna be a pretty big, hefty loss. But there are turns where we could potentially use the hits that like quote-unquote transforms, we could use his Ghost Usher. Hopefully the 70% one, it does not proc, unfortunately. Yeah, that gives me even more of a chance to like want to... Ooh, 19 mil right there. Okay, because he got an extra 4th attack right there from the hit potential. But yeah, no, that is an action break there. So I just need 3 dodges. There's 1 dodge, 2 dodge. Give me the 3rd one. Yes, okay, perfect. So again, if Hit does get 3 dodges or he does 6 attacks in battle, he is able to get the transformation off. And well, I guess it's the improvement is what it's called. And that's where, I mean, he doesn't necessarily become way stronger. I think the biggest thing is that he gets the extra stacks. I think that's really huge. I mean, he'll hit harder for sure, right? He gets the extra 60% when attacking. He actually gets an extra 60% start of turn 2. So yeah, I know he does get a decent amount stronger right there. We're gonna make sure that this cell gets his stacks in. This, you know, STR cell already got some attacks, and we don't have to worry about getting like his revive off anytime soon. We do also want to note, you know, STR cell is providing the actual support with the domain ability. 15% to tournament participants is really, really nice. And AGL Cell is going to finish the job here, so we don't even have to skip ahead. We'll just be good to go from here. And yeah, well, again, we could get one of the hits to improve. I believe we're going to be against Kefla here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, here's Kefla, and again, we're gonna get my, well, I say my hit, but like, you know, the, not the front hit to transform here. So we'll use this improvement, bam, and this should be good. So yeah, because this guy already has a decent amount of stacks here. Probably gonna put the improvement hit in slot 1 is what I'm thinking. Well, no, we'll keep this hit in slot 1 here. That should be fine. Yeah, that should work out just fine here. And we'll just keep going as it is, right? Because he has more start of turn defense, definitely, for sure. I think Glorial support is going to be reactivated here. And we'll see what this guy is able to do. Again, now we have the full link set activated between both of these hits. So the numbers will start looking much better, especially defensively. Hit gets so much defense from links between Cold Judgment and Shocking Speed. That's 30% alone. Even offensively, though, we're able to see this friend hit starting to do okay damage. Again, I'm not going to say this damage is crazy, but like, you know, if we compare it to like Blue Kaioken Goku we just released, the difference is that this guy is, again, not only is he stacking, but he has the action break. He has, you know, some of the debuffs he could potentially provide in like battle hardened foes. Overall, more well-rounded, and he can get a much higher chance to dodge if he gets a lot of successful dodges off. So yeah, this guy, unfortunately, he's the one that was in slot 7 pretty much. So with this in mind, he's not gonna have a like as much of a better performance as he could potentially have, but we'll see. I mean, right here, he's hitting 30 mil already. And again, this is like without any restrictions. This hit just kind of does what he does. He has one part of his passive where it's like, oh, if you have a full Universe 6 rotation, he has a Scouter. But you don't need that, pretty much. And then, yeah, he has 70% dodge, but then if he attacks the enemy and that character that's hit with his super attack, he gets extra 16% chance to dodge from that enemy. So, I mean, he's starting off here with an 86% chance to dodge after he attacks. So it's like those stacks that he gets don't necessarily matter as much if he's in slot 2 potentially. Now, I think most of the time you'll be rocking this guy in a slot 1 position. I think that will just make the most sense. Okay, but yeah, we got all these done, so we'll just skip ahead and we'll get to the next turn. Alright, so here we are against the Jiren part of the fight. Hopefully Kid Buu isn't locked. That's actually perfect. Him locking him in slot 2. Now, we could use the Ghost Usher here, but I think I'm gonna save it. Now, this hit will have 70% dodge. We do need... We kind of gotta wish for the 70% dodge to proc for us. I mean, so we're already at 1.4 mil defense. Yeah, you can see this guy lost defense, right? He still will get 100% when attacking at the bare minimum and 60% with each attack received. So his defense will shoot up quite a bit, at least 2 mil. No type advantage, but that should be enough to tank normals. We just need to make sure we dodge the super attack here. That's gonna be the most important thing. Physical Kid was also providing 70% support. Keep that in mind. And I don't think he's been hit at all. So, I mean, as long as we dodge the super, we're good. Okay. Whew. Again, that's all we needed to do. That hit's got his dodge off. Yeah, Kid was taking quite a bit of damage here, but that's fine. In fact, I know, well, we know for sure he's not going to take enough damage, so that's a good thing. Now this guy's going to get his extra stacks in. He's going to start hitting harder and harder. Actually, right, you know, this Jiren could be Attack Lord, huh? So, hit for when he attacks the enemy, this guy provides a 30% attack debuff. And I believe that's only within the same turn. It doesn't say for multiple turns. But the improved hit, he will do the same thing for every third attack he does. Essentially, he'll be able to debuff the enemy 30%, right? And he does do an action break too. In fact, I don't think the action break will affect. Actually, I think it'll affect that second AoE right there, if I'm not mistaken. But now we take way less damage from the Kid Buu at the end because this hit is debuffing the Jiren. Pretty good. I like that. And then this hit will also... He should be able to provide his own debuff, I believe. Either in this attack or the next one. Continues to get stacks. Okay, well, actually, no. He doesn't have his additional from his intro anymore, huh? So he wasn't able to get that, unfortunately. But the next turn, he will actually be able to have that activate. So that's good, too. Okay, I guess one issue could be Glorio here. Again, we don't want Glorio to get locked in slot 1. Okay, actually, this is working out exactly the way I want it to. We're just going to let Cell get absolutely demolished here. Get his revive off, and yeah, so that's going to work. Okay, so we got locked here. Unfortunately, with Janemba in slot 1. I'm going to be... Because I wish... Yeah, the only thing is that hit, obviously, the set rotation. Which is one thing we're talking about hit. It's very difficult to make sure he's able to continue doing what he needs to. I'm actually going to use the Senzu Bean here just because it's the hit showcase. And I want to make sure Hit's able to continue to do what he's able to do in this specific turn. And then I think next turn, even if the cells get split up, I'll just have to kind of take that, right? You know, not really much I could do. We also are getting a Dokkan attack here, huh? Alright, we'll hit that and dodge that first attack. Because of the revive, I guess this Jiren's not instant super attacking me in slot 1, which is fine with me. Dodge this one. Perfect. Okay. I guess that works out. That Jiren did not instantly super attack me. And, you know, we'll use the Dokkan attack here. So what's the attack set down there? 25 mil? Okay. Cool. And I think by the time we come back around, we will just likely use the Ghost Usher. So, again, let's just get another round of attack stats from Hit. But we're pretty much able to see what this guy's able to do here in this specific fight. This Jiren has quite a bit of HP, though. That Dokkan attack will 100% help out, though. Yeah, 33 mil. Now he's going to start getting to some, like, damage eventually if he gets a couple of these attacks off. There's that 41 mil already. And he's going to keep greatly stacking attack. Keep in mind, every greatly stacking attack is going to tie directly into the active skill that he'll do, which is, again, it's a Ghost Usher, which is really dumb. And this is definitely falling behind, though. That's the only thing about having to have these guys linked together. Why we really want Tech God Goku, or not Tech God Goku, STR God Goku and Hit to release. In my opinion, I think we also want a tag God Goku and Hit as the part 2 LR, rather than like a Super Saiyan 2 Kefla. A lot of people want Kefla, but I think it would be more beneficial for us to get a tag God Goku and Hit. But that's just me. That's just me. So what I'm gonna have to do is use the Ghost Usher here with this hit, because unfortunately we got locked. It is what it is, and I actually used Senzu Bean last turn, so it's fine. We'll go ahead and, yeah, let's use this hit's Ghost Usher, I think is what the plan of action will be. And I think it should probably kill Jiren, is what I'm thinking, but let's see. It doesn't actually kill Jiren, but that's fine. So, well, probably, Well, that's fine. We don't have to use any other active skill. I'll probably transform with this hit. What's his defense, by the way? Yeah, 5.2 mil at this point when he transforms. So we'll probably just get this hit out here. Who's coming back around? Kid Buu. I mean, Glorio and Hit do link pretty decently well at the worst case scenario. So at least we can get this, but we'll just transform this hit here. And yeah, I'll let the rest of this turn play. And after, we'll just skip forward until we're actually able to, again, once again, get a hit on rotation. And then this hit, we'll be able to use this Ghost Usher potentially next turn too. So that's really cool. All right, and Hit's able to do a, I mean, I guess, is that 12 mil? Sure. All right, we're back to, again, just take some more looks at Hit here. We'll use this Hit's active skill as well. And I'm probably just going to keep Kid Buu in rotation is what I'm thinking. Well, okay. Yeah, I'll push Kid Buu off. Janemba's coming around. The only issue is obviously with there's going to be a lot of dodges going on here. But, yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to have the juice to finish things up. I might just use Glorio's active here too, just to go ahead and get it used here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to... Unfortunately, we don't have like a way to see where the super attack could potentially be, so I could put a hit in front of it. But given that Hit has stacked defense and everything like that, he should be especially fine against like a Jiren super attack for the most part. Now, this is obviously the Hit that was getting the stacks from the like, you know, from his normal state when he's not improved. But he's still doing pretty decently. I mean, obviously we have Glorio and Kid Buu support here, plus the Glorio links with like Cold Judgment. So it's going to be doing quite a bit here. I mean, definitely not doing the worst damage. We're getting all these crits in too, which are very, very nice. I'm not going to say he's an incredible damage dealer, but I mean, if we consider all this, plus the fact that he's providing a Ghost Usher to the entire rotation, and he's still stacking, dude, it's super useful. In terms of this fight, it could be a little difficult with this specific setup, but I think we do want like 1 or 2 extra units here. I think LR God Goku hit EZA would be super huge. If we could do, again, like if we get, because the cell rotation is really nice here, but if we get like God Goku and hit, and then we could have the other hit potentially floating around with a second Ghost Usher for the other rotation, that could be just so huge, especially against locking and things like that. Locking is just one of the toughest things to get around. And yeah, at this point, we're gonna just kind of keep things as they are. I mean, I'm not sure if there's much else to show here. So we might just move on to the Battle Hardened Formidable Foes after this, really. Yeah, I think we'll go to Battle Hardened Formidable Foes. And we'll see what Hit's able to do there. He should be very good, though. All right, we're just hopping straight in with the first rotation we were able to have. And yeah, so again, the hits here, they're actually not going to be, how do I explain it? Like, they're not going to be characters that will stick on rotation like that. Especially this first phase will be very dangerous. Now, SDR Cell, we could at least just have him sit back here in the front. And I think that should be okay. Yeah, that should be fine. Now, one thing that this hit doesn't have... No, actually, no, he does have stun. He does have a high chance to stun the enemy. So, he could seal, he could lower attack, and stun in this fight. Which, you know, obviously could be very, very useful. Now, unfortunately, Cell does buff these enemies. But I think Hit is able to counteract that a little bit by having the ability to just debuff these guys, right? So even though this S tier Cell is buffing them, that debuff could be very useful in allowing our characters to I guess combat that, right? And luckily for Hit providing that. Cell has an issue that I think the game is just against him in terms of the bosses that are available, because he's buffing all these bosses with his domain, which really does suck. But all of these fights can be attack lowered, and then in the first phase they can be actually stunned. Unfortunately, the seal isn't really gonna do anything. But yeah, you see here right there, up there, he already stunned, so he's stunning this guy for 2 turns regardless. So the attack lower doesn't really matter here anymore, but he will have the ability to have that attack lowering. I'm probably gonna keep Tech Janemba and that hit together as a rotation for now, is what I'm thinking will work out the best way. And I didn't really think about rotation specifically. I guess I can keep Tech Sal and hit as a rotation, maybe? That could work as well, but I mean, yeah, I think the thing about Battle Hardened Foes is that you don't have to see too much to kind of understand how good these characters are going to be for these fights regardless. I mean, yeah, Tech Sal, we'll just give him all these key spheres. We're able to heal back up to full. Yeah, Tech Sal's a stupid, dumb character. Actually, he doesn't have shock speed, huh? We could do this, Boop Head Bosses. I mean, what if we keep Tech Sal and Janemba as a rotation? And we just have the hits floating. I think that'll probably work out better. Yeah, Tech Sal plus Janemba as a rotation than AGL. Well, maybe I do want to have AGL Cell. Like, maybe would I want that switched around potentially? I guess it works out for what it is, but we don't have hit on this rotation specifically, so yeah, I don't. But the good thing about this hit team is that now the issue with Cell that he had in Battle Hardened Foes, and just I think in my majority of events, is that he didn't really want to run his team because you revive with this guy and then the next Cell dies the next turn. Or he just dies when he comes back, right? But now it's not really an issue anymore because it's only one Cell anyways. And then it's just that one revive you use up. This Cell is actually like twice as good on this specific team setup here. It's really good for him. It just might be like its own video, like S tier Cell, like on this team. Maybe with Tech Cell could work as well, because Tech Cell would provide this 40% defense support would be really nice too. But yeah, no, I mean, honestly, I feel kind of content now. I'm like, because in Cell Max, the issue with Cell Max is hit will have the 70% dodge, which is really nice. But Cell Max may super before we even apply the debuff. But if we can apply that debuff, it will be very nice. I don't think it's going to be a game changer though. It's really the first few phases, but yeah. I mean, unfortunately, there's not really going to be situations where we're going to get the Ghost Usher. I guess we could get the Ghost Usher if we keep Cell on rotation, or not Cell, if we keep hit on rotation, and then he dodges 3 attacks in the AGL phase. We would kind of have to rely on getting lucky there, but I don't think it's asking for too much at all to kind of have that happen. Not at all. Yeah, what I might do is I might keep hit plus Tech Janemba as a rotation for now. And that should work out, because Tech Janemba will eventually transform at least. Tech Janemba is also supporting. We have Glorio floating around here, able to debuff. Yeah, this team works really well in this fight. That's for sure. And then if you're able to get hit the 3 dodges, man, he'll just be able to improve next turn and have the Ghost Usher against like Cell Max, right? Yeah, the only thing is if you like 1 turn the first phase, but I'm sure there's ways you can kind of work around that. Is there not? Because the Ghost Usher specifically, the enemy just has to be, actually, no, it's HP 60. Your R2 also has to be under 66% HP, because there's no way we're getting turn 6. And probably won't get the Ghost Usher then. That's fine. But you know, again, we could literally just like do this and like Janemba's fine, and then hit's fine here. Or we can keep this, and that's fine. But I don't really just. Okay, we thought. I don't really just. I cannot. I don't really think that there's much else to show. I mean, we see what hit's able to do here. I think it's very obvious and very clear. We saw last turn. We would be able to see this turn, and it's kind of the same thing. And in stage, I believe it's the not movie edition 4, but even in movie edition 4, right? You do have still the ability to stun the first phase. You got the action disable, which could be really huge. But if you go into the Dragon Ball Super Edition, it's also the same thing. In the DBS edition, can be very difficult. So, you know, Hits, obviously, he just has ceiling attack, lowering, and stunning. Obviously very good for these fights. And then he's a stacker, so he's very good for long fights. Hit's just crazy. So let me know what y'all think about Hit. I appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.